Hello there, my name is Jason Perkins. I'm an attorney who specializes in Georgia workers' compensation law. I want to welcome you to another episode in my Georgia workers' compensation video series. I created this series of videos because I wanted to provide people who've been injured at work with helpful information about Georgia's workers' compensation law and the benefits available to them under it. Today I want to talk to you about a concern that I hear from a lot of people, and that's whether they can get fired when they go to the workers' compensation doctor. Well, the answer is yes, you potentially could, but you're probably not going to be fired for going to the workers' compensation doctor. One reason is that if your employer fired you for going to the workers' compensation doctor, there's a very good chance that they may have to start paying you workers' compensation benefits. Now, why I say that you could potentially be fired is Georgia's a right-to-work state. And what that basically means is your employer can fire you for a good reason, a bad reason, or no reason at all, as long as it's not a prohibited reason under the law. And Georgia law doesn't specifically prevent the employer from firing you for going to the workers' compensation doctor. That being said, Georgia's workers' compensation law does provide that your employer is likely going to have to pay you workers' compensation benefits if they terminate you because of your injury. If you could prove that your employer fired you for going to your workers' compensation doctor, you'd have a very good argument that you've been terminated as a result of your injury. Now, even if you couldn't, if you're concerned about your employer firing you for going to the workers' compensation doctor, there's a good chance that you're working for the wrong place. An employer who's going to fire you for that reason is probably not an employer that you want to work for long term. There's also some other things that you want to consider, and that is if you choose not to go to the doctor, there are other risks to you moving forward with your case. So if you're choosing to say, hey, I'm not going to go to the doctor because I'm concerned my employer is going to fire you, there are some bad things that could happen. One thing that I commonly see is that somebody who chooses to do that, their condition eventually gets worse and they need treatment at some point in the future. And that means that treatment is going to be more significant and going to keep them out of work longer. And you don't want that. The other risk that I see is that someone puts off going to the doctor and then they get fired or laid off by their employer at some point. And then they need to go see the doctor. What the employer or workers' compensation insurance company will often claim if this happens is that the reason that you're now trying to claim that you got hurt at work is because you're mad over getting fired. And so it can be much harder to prove your workers' compensation case if you've waited to go to the doctor until that happens. So the best thing to do is just go ahead and go to the doctor and get the treatment that you need under workers' compensation. I hope you found this information about whether you can get fired for going to the workers' compensation doctor helpful. If you have, please let me know that. The best way you can do that is by liking this video or giving it a thumbs up. If you want more information about Georgia workers' compensation law, I'd encourage you to visit our PerkinsLawTalk.com webpage or our Perkins Studdard workers' compensation channel on YouTube. You can subscribe to the workers' compensation channel on YouTube. It'll notify you of future videos as you come out, or you can also just view all the videos from the Georgia workers' compensation video series there. If you want some more specific information about your case, one of the best ways to do that is to set up a free consultation with me. I'd be happy to do that with you. The best way you can do that is by calling the phone number on the screen or by visiting our website, www.perkinslawtalk.com, and clicking and submitting the free consultation request form there, and one of our team members will reach out to you and get a consultation with me scheduled. I'd like to thank you again for watching today. I want to wish you the best of luck as you recover from your injury.